Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. While some last-minute custody preparations are being made, Michael Corinthos and Christina Corinthos Davis will reunite, according to the General Hospital spoilers for Monday, June 2nd. We should talk about what lies ahead in Port Charles because GIO Palmieri will also have a crucial question. He and GIO will land on the hot seat at Sonny Corinthos' residence. GIO will inquire as to whether Sonny was aware of his true origins, because he believes Sonny may have discovered it long ago. But when the truth came out, Sonny was just as caught off guard as GIO. GIO will agree to assist in whatever manner he can once Sonny has persuaded him of that. However, according to GH spoilers, GIO will feel compelled to remain independent and take his next step alone. Gloria Cerullo's involvement in this entire GIO issue will be criticized by Brooke Lynn Quartermain at the Quartermain home. Even though Gloria and Lois Cerullo are sorry for Brooke Lynn's current suffering, they might not regret sending GIO to Camilla Palmieri because at least until her death, she provided him with a decent home. Since Rocco Falconeri will view an online video of Joe's breakdown, the GIO secret will also spread to Lulu Spencer's residence. Additionally, after reading some blogs claiming that Joe's parents are Brooke Lynn and Dante Falconeri, Rocco will ask Lulu if it is accurate. Rocco will provide the best explanation he can because Dante will enter and verify that Rocco is correct. Lulu will also need to explain herself, since it appears that Rocco will receive updates regarding her involvement in Joe's finding. Elizabeth Baldwin is on the verge of making a discovery. Does that imply that Lucky Spencer will go ahead and reveal the truth about Christina and the crash? Since a staggering $10 million has been taken out of Ace Cassidy's money, Laura Collins will question Alexis Davis. Alexis will have a difficult time answering questions without revealing the influence that Ava Jerome and Rick Lansing have on her. Now that Michael has returned from Germany, Christina will enjoy a touching reunion with him. As Michael gets ready for court in the custody dispute, Christina will be supporting him. Nina Reeves will ultimately have to choose how much she tells Rick about Sasha Corbin and her child's real father. According to General Hospital spoilers, there will be some shocking courtroom scenes soon, so we'll keep you updated on the mayhem. Steve Burton, who stars on General Hospital, is experiencing some real-life drama that might be lifted from a page of the soap opera he works on. Details are provided below. The problems with Steve Burton's ex-wife. Fans are aware that Burton was married to Sherry Gustin for 23 years and has 3 children with her, even though he recently married chef and recipe content Michelle Lundstrom. In 2022, the soap opera star filed for divorce. They reached a deal in 2023 that included joint custody of their children. According to a recent In Touch article, Burton said that Gustin was making it difficult for him to see Brooklyn, their youngest child. He disclosed in court filings that following their divorce, Sherry asked him to relocate from California to Tennessee, and he complied, but she ultimately returned to California. Naturally, the GH star relocated following this, primarily to be nearer to his children. Having said that, Burton also charges his ex-wife with creating a custody dispute in court and making it difficult for him to have a relationship with their kids. Burton writes, Sherry has seemingly forgotten how our family ended up in this situation. In court records that In Touch also received, Sherry was the one who had an affair, got pregnant with a man's child, and moved him into her house right away after our split without telling me she was doing so. Claim of harassment. Burton also pointed out that when Michelle Lundstrom, his gal companion, joined the picture, Gustin didn't exactly welcome her. He claimed that throughout the beginning of their relationship, Sherry would refer to Michelle as the girl, rather than by her name. According to Burton, this was done in an attempt to downplay the significance of Lundstrom in his life. Burton's ex recently refuted these allegations, saying she wanted to negotiate a custody arrangement for the children, but she also accused the GH star of harassing her. In the last few months, Steve has begun to message me and accuse me of parental alienation if he can't reach Brooklyn, Gustin tells In Touch. He harasses me with his nearly daily messages. It sounds like Burton is dealing with a he said/she said situation that would be easy compared to the Corinthos child custody hearing between Willow and Michael Corinthos. According to General Hospital teasers, Sasha might not take Nina's betrayal of the other woman She has always considered a daughter well. As Nina Reeves begins to piece things together, she discovers that Michael Corinthos, not Jason Morgan, is the father of Sasha Corbin's child. In any case, neither the audience nor the decent residents of Port Charles found the entire Jason myth to be coherent. GH is thankfully beginning to move away from that. But Sasha's worst nightmares are going to materialize. Nina defines everything. Nina will betray Sasha, a woman she previously thought was her daughter and treated like a daughter, because she is so determined to ensure Willow Tate never finds out that she had an affair with Drew Kane while he was pursuing Willow. Sasha tried her hardest to persuade Willow to be kinder to Nina and embrace her in her life, even though Willow refused to talk to her from her deathbed 2 years ago. Nina believes that by revealing Sasha's real baby daddy, Willow will be granted custody of Wiley and Amelia. Sasha is aware of the truth. Nina will surprise Sasha when she tells a judge that Michael also had an affair and got her pregnant, since Sasha can't believe that Nina would ever betray her in this manner. Even though Willow's first adultery was the catalyst for what happened with Sasha and Michael, it won't look well in court once Rick Lansing takes over. Sasha can reveal Nina's secret, but she will be caught off guard when she does. Sasha might tell Willow everything about Nina's affair with Drew because she is aware of it. Both Willow's connection with Nina and her relationship with Drew would essentially terminate as a result. However, it might not even destroy Willow and Drew's relationship. Nothing will if discovering him in bed with another woman didn't. Perhaps Nina should let it happen, since Willow has gone so far that she would chase Drew off a cliff. As GIO sat on the railing of Sonny's back porch, the sun sank low over the horizon, creating long shadows that stretched across the peaceful neighborhood. A gentle buzz of distant traffic served as a continuous background for their chat, and the air was heavy with the aroma of barbecued meat from the barbecue that was still smoking nearby. Sonny sipped his beer slowly while examining Joe's face. He seemed restless tonight, unlike when he had been there previously. "Have you ever considered simply leaving all of this behind?" GIO asked abruptly in a low, purposeful voice. Sonny put his drink down with a gentle clink and arched an eyebrow. "You mean the company, right? The household?" With a sharp exhale, GIO combed through his hair. "Everything. The expectations, the duties. Maybe it's time for something else, I've been thinking." With his elbows resting on his knees, Sonny leaned forward. GIO, at least the GIO he had known for years, wasn't like this. The man who kept his head down and completed the tasks at hand was consistently steady and dependable. Something significant was developing if he was speaking in this manner. "Are you just talking? Or do you have a plan?" Sonny pushed. Joe's eyes were serious, but his lips formed a half-smile. "I have concepts. Been saving money and establishing relationships outside of the typical social circles. Sonny, there's a whole universe out there. I'm beginning to believe that I want a piece of it, but on my own terms." Sonny muttered a faint whistle. This could upset things in ways none of them could have anticipated if GIO was sincere. The family didn't just let folks leave without any repercussions. However, GIO could see by the expression in his eyes that this was a decision that was already in action, not simply a fleeting notion. "Are you aware of the risks you're taking?" After a lengthy silence, Sonny spoke. GIO gave a nod. "Indeed. But just now, staying seems like a bigger risk." Between them hung the weight of those words. In the past, Sonny has witnessed men burn out, grow weary of life and attempt to withdraw. Most didn't, but some did. However, GIO wasn't like most men. He was patient and calculating. He was the only one who could pull it off. "Is there a reason you're telling me this?" At last Sonny inquired. GIO looked up at him. "Because I would prefer not to go alone if I were going." The connotation was obvious. Sonny felt his heart rate increase. This was an invitation rather than merely a confession. A part of him had been experiencing the same restlessness lately, despite his best efforts to ignore it. The same desire to have more. However, leaving behind everything they had ever known? The choice was not made hastily. Sonny whispered, "You're asking for too much." GIO gave a shrug. "I understand. I am aware of your unhappiness, though." "Not at all." Sonny remained silent. He was not required to. The unstated but indisputable truth was there. The two of them were deep in thought as the night dragged on, the future suddenly open and brimming with opportunities and threats. One thing was for sure, though, nothing would ever be the same again. Sherry Burton, Steve Burton's ex-wife, has made severe accusations of harassment against the veteran General Hospital actor, well known for his portrayal of Jason Morgan. The actor's personal life has become even more controversial as a result of the charges, which have surfaced during their current divorce processes. Sherry has accused Burton of persistently harassing her following their separation, including verbally abusing her and threatening her, according to court records that have been obtained by many media sources. These accusations follow a contentious divorce procedure that included arguments over child custody and money issues. In 2022, after more than 20 years of marriage, the couple, who were married in 1999, filed for divorce. Although their breakup was initially reported to have been amicable, tensions seem to have increased in the last few months. Sherry's safety and mental health are reportedly the reasons why her legal team has requested restraining orders against Burton. She claims in court documents that Burton has made remarks that she finds scary and has regularly contacted her in a hostile manner in spite of her requests for space. Burton's representatives have said that he denies any misconduct and plans to take the matter to court, despite the fact that he has not publicly addressed the specific accusations. Because of Burton's prominent position in the entertainment world, this matter has received a lot of attention. He has been playing Jason Morgan on General Hospital since 1991, and his portrayal earned him a Daytime Emmy Award. He is a fan favorite. Due to the popularity of his role, he is now one of the most well-known faces on daytime television. His personal life has, however, occasionally made news, such as when he left General Hospital in 2021 over disagreements over the COVID-19 vaccine mandate, but he later rejoined the program. Depending on how the court case plays out, Burton may face professional consequences as a result of the harassment claims. The entertainment sector has been more vocal in recent years against personal conduct that detracts from public figures and professional wrongdoing. Although Burton has not been charged with any misconduct on set, production firms and networks frequently keep a close eye on off-screen scandals, especially when they include legal action. Reactions to the revelation have been varied among General Hospital fans. Support for Burton has been expressed by some, who have emphasized that he should be given the presumption of innocence because the accusations are still unsubstantiated. Others have demanded accountability, contending that regardless of a celebrity's standing, such charges ought to be taken seriously. Given the fervent fanbase of the daytime soap opera community, this circumstance has spurred discussions on social media on the relationship between private and public life. According to legal experts, documented evidence, such as emails, texts, or witness statements, is frequently the deciding factor in cases like this. Steve Burton might be subject to legal repercussions, such as possible restraining orders or monetary fines, if Sherry Burton's allegations are proven true in court. On the other hand, he might sue his ex-wife for defamation if the accusations are rejected or found false. High-profile divorces usually turn into acrimonious affairs, in which both parties use legal tactics to safeguard their positions. The case highlights more general issues regarding the handling of harassment claims in divorce proceedings, in addition to the legal ramifications. Such claims are frequent in high-conflict separations, where feelings are running high and both parties may feel victimized, according to family law attorneys. Claims that are untrue or overstated, however, can also happen and make the legal procedure more difficult. Before rendering a decision, courts usually consider the veracity of each party's testimony, as well as any supporting documentation. As of right moment, Burton is still on General Hospital, and there is no sign that the show's creators intend to discipline him. Compared to other television genres, soap operas have generally been more understanding of cast members' personal conflicts and frequently wait for court rulings before making hiring choices. The network might reconsider his stance, though, if the accusations get more traction or lead to legal repercussions. Both Burton and his ex-wife will probably continue to be in the news as the case develops. Since the accusations were made, the actor has kept a low profile and refrained from receiving a lot of media attention. While Sherry has not directly addressed the case outside of court documents, she has utilized her position to support victims of domestic conflict. Their disagreements resolution might establish a standard for how issues involving celebrities are seen and decided in the future. The situation will be closely monitored by industry watchers and fans in the interim. It's unclear if Burton's career will be impacted by the accusations, or if they will stay a private legal concern. the General Hospital star is currently dealing with. Having you come into her life at her lowest point? You gave her a reason to keep on going. Are you just going to stand there and tell me that Camilla was not your mom? Emma responded. No, she was definitely my mom. Brooklyn is just the woman who gave me away, said GIO. After checking her phone, Emma informed GIO that Anna had asked her when she would be home. Emma resisted Joe's advice to return to Port Charles. Before realizing he had to face people, GIO proposed that they travel to Canada. We're going back, he declared. When Anna contacted Brooklyn in the Q kitchen to let her know that Emma was with GIO, she was relieved, but they were sort of on a road trip. When Lois showed up at the back door still wearing her nurse's ball formal clothing, Brooklyn requested Anna to swiftly end the call before asking her to let her know if she heard from them. Lois inquired about Joe's well-being. Brooklyn told her mother, "You have no right to ask that question." Lois recommended that Anna follow Emma's phone when Brooklyn admitted that she didn't know where GIO was. Brooklyn protested immediately. Joe's entire life just blew up last night. My need to explain myself or ask for his forgiveness is not more important than his need for time or space. I'm not going to do to him what you are doing to me, Brooklyn stated. I have no interest in taking care of you or your feelings after you completely betrayed my trust. Lois justified herself once more, assuring Brooklyn that she simply did what she believed to be right. I did exactly what you asked me. I found your baby a good home, said Lois. In my own family, answered Brooklyn. Lois described the recent death of Camilla's husband. When Ma told her about the baby, you could see the light come back into her eyes. All she wanted to do was raise GIO and love him, said Lois. Brooklyn reaffirmed how terrified she was to learn she was expecting. You offered me a lifetime of secrets, Ma, and God forgive me, I took it. Brooklyn wept. She was still in shock that Lois had given her cousin her child. GIO grew up down the block. I babysat him. I played with him and I never even knew he was my son. I was too self-centered to refuse Ma's proposal of Camilla, Lois acknowledged. I was so scared to send your baby out there into the world. This way I could look over him and make sure he was okay. Then Brooklyn made the final point. GIO wasn't okay when Camilla died. I was an adult when that happened. Why didn't you tell me then? Said Brooklyn. Lois clarified that she didn't want Joe's life to become any more confusing. She also desired Brooklyn's independence. She might not have met Chase if she had been aware about GIO. But GIO was my son, and all the choices that you made robbed me of my own choices for him. And now that he's an adult, I will never get that chance again. Brooklyn wept. My son won't talk to me. I can't help him through this identity crisis because he doesn't trust me. You took away everything he has ever believed about family, and now he has no one. GIO is never going to talk to me again, and I don't want to talk to you again. At that moment, Gloria suddenly showed there to chastise Brooklyn. Hey, don't you ever talk to your mother like that, Gloria responded. You want to have it out with someone, young lady, you have it out with me. In her brief visit to Curtis' office, Carly described Willow and Drew's legal plan, which involved accusing a dad in a burn facility of forsaking his children. It would be very helpful if Aurora Media could remind the people that Drew Kane is a con artist, that he's not a man who uses his position in Congress to help people, that he uses it to get revenge and settle scores, Carly said. Curtis claimed he couldn't help, but that Carly didn't need to convince him of Drew's awfulness. I may run Aurora Media, but Michael is the majority shareholder. If we run a smear campaign against Drew, then Drew could wind up appearing like the victim. I want to take Drew down as much as you do, but this ain't the way, Curtis said. Don't you worry. I'm working on something else, he said. Curtis wasn't in the mood when Portia dropped by to chat after Carly left. Because of what Carly had done, he informed Portia that he was unable to assist her. He was frustrated and Portia understood. Portia's statement, "That's why I tried to stop Drew myself but I failed," startled Curtis. After that, Portia described exactly what she and Nina did. I know it was crazy to hire a sex worker to drug Drew, but Nina and I really thought it was going to work, Portia added, hoping Curtis would get the point. Curtis simply absorbed everything before he abruptly realized that Tracy had been set up by Drew. I've got an idea to neutralize Drew. We gotta do something that Drew can't do. We gotta find Jacinda, said Curtis. When the baby kicked, Michael asked Sasha how she was feeling in Carly's living room. For the first time, she allowed Michael to feel his child by placing his hand on her stomach. Then when Michael was in court, he asked Sasha to stay with Wiley and Amelia. Sasha had to drop a bomb at that point. Rick had called her to testify, so she would be present at the hearing. Sasha didn't see how Rick could have known that he was her baby daddy, but Michael was concerned. During my deposition yesterday, Rick's questions were pretty straightforward. He wanted to know about Willow, but no baby-related questions at all, Sasha reassured Michael. But Diane questioned her about last summer's 4th of July kiss between Willow and Drew. Sasha claimed to have realized that perhaps everything could have been averted if she had simply told Michael about the kiss at the time it occurred. When Michael was playing with his children later, Wiley informed him that Uncle Drew had stated that Daddy would not be returning for a very long time. Carly and Michael had some alone time as Sasha prepared the children for a swim. Michael didn't agree. Drew made his way into the existing cracks in our relationship. If we were really as strong as I thought we were, there was no way he could have come between us, said Michael. I was so desperate to make her happy that I don't think I ever saw her for who she truly was, he said. Sasha agreed. To share some of her findings, Nina summoned Ava to her office. I just got some new information that could guarantee my daughter getting full custody of her children, but I don't want to use it, Nina stated. She shared with Ava what she had discovered at the Brown Dog. Wait, that means that Michael and Sasha slept together, which means that Michael is probably the father of Michael's baby and not Jason, Ava giggled. This means that Michael has been hiding a pregnant mistress, which might be enough to give Willow custody. But Nina acknowledged her affection for Sasha. And to expose that Michael is the father of her baby would be a big betrayal, and I don't want to hurt Sasha that way, Nina stated. I have seen firsthand how much being pregnant again means to Sasha. That didn't seem fair to Ava. Why should Willow bear the brunt of the criticism when Sasha had an affair with a married man? Drew's at fault here. He's turned Willow's life into a circus. That is another reason I don't want to give Rick this ammunition. 'Cause if Willow gets full custody of her children, she is never ever going to leave Drew, Nina said. According to General Hospital spoilers for the week of June 2nd to 6th, Jack Brennan will be under pressure, while Professor Henry Hank Dalton and Jordan Ashford will become closer. There will be a lot going on in Port Charles because Carly Spencer will also receive a shock. First of all, Alexis Davis will have to defend herself to Laura Collins after being questioned about the $10 million that was taken from Ace Cassidy's estate. It appears like Lucky Spencer might tell Elizabeth Baldwin the truth about Christina Corinthos Davis' involvement in the collision. Lucky may begin to realize that perhaps he isn't destined to settle down if he encounters a challenging reality later on. Is the program about to remove Lucky from the canvas again? Then, Gloria Cerullo will be attacked by Brooklyn Quartermain for assisting Lois Cerullo in hiding Giovanni Gio Palmieri's true name for so long. Brooklyn and Lulu Spencer will then have a heated argument, because Lulu revealed the secret and destroyed Gio in the process. Sonny will give some advice after he adamantly denies ever knowing he was Joe's grandfather. Additionally, Sonny will have the opportunity to talk to Jason Morgan about Gio, Michael Corinthos, and whatever else he's thinking about. As the custody dispute between Michael and Willow Corinthos continues, there will be a chance for some exciting courtroom scenes. It appears that the father of Sasha Corbin's child will be revealed, perhaps causing mayhem. According to GH teasers, Willow will ultimately take action, so she might use the edge that Rick Lansing might get for her. In the end, Nina Reeves will have to confess. Will Nina reveal to Willow that she gave Rick the paternity news, or will she finally come clean about her liaisons with Drew? In any event, by the end of the week, Drew will be in trouble. But if Curtis Ashford and Portia Robinson want to use Jacinda to neutralize Drew, that might have more to do with them discovering her. We'll check to see if Trina Robinson can bring Kai Taylor to the family gathering that Portia and Curtis are hosting. Jordan will first become more familiar with Professor Dalton before meeting with Curtis. Will Jordan notice any odd clues throughout their potentially flirtatious conversation? Shady Professor Dalton has a lot to conceal. After Carly recovers from the shock of being a father, he will return to Jason to answer her questions. Carly won't like that. She's only now learning about this because Jason has been pretending to be Sasha's baby daddy. He'll find himself under strain over with Brennan. In order to update Jason on her suspicions, Anna Devane will confront Brennan and attempt to extract information from him. According to General Hospital spoilers, Anna is working on a theory. Tune in to see whether this includes any updates on Sonny's enigmatic enemy. According to General Hospital spoilers, as the custody hearing for Emilia and Wiley Corinthos approaches in late May, the entire town is preparing for a courtroom brawl. However, a startling revelation regarding Drew Quartermain's interference could change the course of events. In an attempt to make amends and perhaps consider reconciliation, Willow Corinthos recently came to Germany to see Michael Corinthos, but she was informed that he would not see her. To make sure Willow never spoke to Michael and to make her more susceptible to his manipulations, Drew, unbeknownst to her, paid a nurse at his rehabilitation center to fabricate a story. As Carly Spencer battles for Michael's children in court, there are rumors that this truth bomb could detonate. What will happen to Willow's faith in Drew and the custody dispute if she finds out that Michael was unaware that she had flown across the world to make amends with him? Drew's plan is driven by Willow's heartbreak. Willow's journey to Germany was an attempt to patch things up with Michael. Some admirers even speculated that she hoped for a resurgence of their former bond. She was devastated by the nurse's assertion that Michael had turned down her visit, which made her turn more toward Drew, who has been quietly urging her to support him in the custody dispute. Drew purposefully isolated Willow in order to bolster his argument for Emilia, and Wiley by taking advantage of her emotional weakness. Willow is not a fool, though, and she may start to doubt the Germany incident as her suspicions about Drew's motivations increase. Willow's world might collapse if a courtroom slip discloses the truth, possibly as a result of Nina Reeves assisting Carly and spotting Drew's plots. When she finds out that Drew deceived her, will her grief turn to anger? A courtroom truth bomb is coming, according to GH spoilers. Carly will vigorously defend Michael's rights against Willow and Drew's unified front during the custody court, which is expected to be a high-stress situation. According to sources, Nina may find proof of the nurse's payoff, possibly in the form of a facility whistleblower or a leaked payment record, in an attempt to influence Willow or discredit Drew. Willow may have to change her mind about custody if this bombshell is revealed during the trial, since it could destroy her faith in Drew. Carly would take advantage of the opportunity to support her argument by portraying Drew as a manipulator. However, as Willow struggles with the reality that Michael never turned her down, the revelation runs the risk of alienating her on both sides. Will Drew squirm out of it, or will the commotion in the courtroom reveal his deceit? General Hospital spoilers. What takes place after Willow finds out? The emotional consequences could change Willow's relationships and the custody dispute if she finds out Michael didn't know she traveled to Germany. She might get in touch with Michael, who is still recuperating in Germany, and start a dialogue that could change their dynamic, either in the direction of closure or reconciliation. Her rage at Drew's betrayal might cause her to support Carly, which would undermine his custody claim, or it might leave her too shaken to fight back. Fans of GH wonder if Willow will confront Drew in a dramatic courtroom scene, or if the truth will cause her to return to Michael's sphere of influence. What do you think? Emma was startled to discover that GIO was not in the cabin where she had woken up. Soon after, he brought coffee back. Emma informed him that she believed he had left without her. "No, I'd never do that to you, Emma. Especially now. You're the only person that I trust," answered GIO. GIO noticed that Dante and Brooklyn had sent him numerous texts and calls when he checked his phone. GIO informed Emma that he wasn't yet prepared to handle other people. He was still certain that it was all a lie. "I'm supposed to believe that Tracy prizes family and blood relations more than anything, that she's going to care what I think because I'm officially a Quartermain now," GIO complained. The fact that Ned was attempting to phone him also seemed strange to GIO. "I've had a few cool conversations with him about music, but that's it," remarked GIO. "Now, I'm supposed to think of him as my grandfather? No, I'm not going to have fake relationships with any of them." GIO pondered whether Sonny had been aware of the reality. "It would explain why he paid for my entire education and music stuff," he thought. GIO also questioned the sincerity of Camilla's affections for him. They were, Emma insisted. "You loved her and she loved you too," she stated.